Hi, I'm Michael, 31. My closest friend, Ethan, 30, has been a part of my life since we were 18. We bonded over our shared career aspirations and stuck together through years of setbacks and rejections. In the last 3 years, my career took off, but Ethan's did not. Despite my success, I dedicated significant effort to supporting him, offering encouragement and assistance. We even shared an apartment from ages 23 to 25, splitting everything equally. About a year ago, Ethan's demeanor toward me shifted. He began mocking me, making belittling and disparaging comments. Initially, I shrugged it off, thinking he was just envious and going through a tough period. I empathized with his struggles, recognizing the competitive nature of our field and how difficult it must be to watch a friend achieve the success you've long desired. Then there was my former girlfriend, Lily, 30. For over 6 years, I believed we had an ideal relationship with excellent communication, a healthy sex life, and unwavering support throughout my challenging career journey. I was open with her, enjoyed discussing everything, and made efforts to keep our relationship lively and exciting. I believed she reciprocated those feelings. Last week, we were all at our friend Josh and Mia's place. Ethan got drunk quickly and spent the evening taking jabs at me. After a year of this, I finally had enough and confronted him, which led to an argument. I mentioned that his behavior stemmed from jealousy over my recent success and that it's not my fault he hasn't succeeded. Suddenly, he attacked me. We pushed each other, but he managed to knock me down and kick me in the ribs several times. Then he tried to stomp on my head, but fortunately, he didn't fully connect. The others intervened, and I got up shouting at him. He picked up a wooden plank and lunged at me again. I ducked and took the blow on my elbow. Chaos erupted, and Josh and Chris tackled him, beating him severely. The girls managed to pull them off Ethan, and everyone realized the gravity of the situation. Ethan sat up, and Lily went to his side. His face was bloody, but he didn't lose consciousness. Katie ended up driving Ethan to the hospital and came back in the morning. Ethan had a broken nose and a slight concussion. None of us really slept that night, and honestly, after that, things are a bit blurry to me, probably a mix of alcohol, shock, and adrenaline from the worst night of my life. But it just got worse. Josh said something like Ethan deserved worse for trying to kill me twice and almost hurting Anna. Then Lily, who had been quiet, suddenly snapped and defended Ethan, saying he doesn't deserve any of this and that he has just been having a hard time. Josh and Lily almost ended up in a screaming match before Lily stormed off. I followed her, thinking we were all in shock and sleep deprived, and planned to comfort her. I found her in the guest room crying. I told her I understood we were all in shock and maybe we should just try to get some sleep. She didn't even look at me. Suddenly, I realized that Ethan and Lily were sitting next to each other the previous evening. It wasn't the first time. When Ethan was screaming at me, Lily was by his side, hugging his arm, pleading with him to take a walk with her and calm down. After Ethan kicked me, stomped on me, and swung a plank at me, her attention was still on calming him down while I lay there in pain. She didn't check on me once. So I asked her, "Are you cheating on me with Ethan?" She just started crying hysterically, repeating that she never intended for it to go this far, and I got my answer. I lost it and started yelling at her, asking what was going on and how she could do this. The others came in, and the guys took me to another room and tried to calm me down. Jane and Katie ended up driving Lily to her parents, and Jane stayed with her because they were worried about her. All the car ride, she cried so much she couldn't speak. When they got to her parents, Jane and Lily's dad had to help her up the stairs and into bed as she could barely stand, still hysterical. The only thing she managed to say or scream, according to them, was that she had ruined everything. 5 days passed, and I was in so much physical and emotional pain, just so angry and confused. My elbow had a fracture, I had a couple of bruised ribs, and the right side of my face was swollen. The night kept replaying in my head. I sent Lily some texts asking for an explanation, but she didn't answer. Then this morning, I got a call from my former mother-in-law. Bless their hearts, my former in-laws are amazing people who have always been kind to me and have helped me a lot these past years. She was very apologetic for her daughter and very understanding. Then she said that Lily wanted to see me and talk and asked if I could come over, which I agreed to. I arrived, and they said they would wait outside in their car to give us space but didn't want to leave the premises because of Lily's state. When I walked in and saw Lily, it was a roller coaster of emotion, anger and bitterness. Then I felt sorry for her and just wanted to hug her. She looked awful, like a mental patient who hadn't eaten, showered, or slept since that night. I just felt so bad seeing her like that. I had to restrain myself from running over and taking her in my arms, so I just sat down facing her. She said I could ask her anything and that she would be honest, repeatedly saying how sorry she was and how she had ruined everyone's lives. I'm not going to go into too many details as this is long enough, but basically, a year ago, Ethan confessed his love for Lily and had been very persistent since then. She said she made it clear it wasn't mutual. I asked why she didn't come to me, and she said she didn't want to ruin our friendship and wanted to fix things herself. In the past few months, he had become more aggressive, asking her to leave me for him. I asked if anything had happened between them. She admitted they kissed twice, with Ethan initiating both times, but she stopped it. They also cuddled once while watching a movie, during which Ethan tried to initiate sex, and she left, setting clear boundaries. I asked why she kept seeing him alone if he was constantly trying to kiss her and get her into bed. She said he always promised he wouldn't do it again. I asked why she didn't cut contact, why she kept answering his DMs, kept meeting him, giving him false hope, and leading him on. Did she like his attention? Then she said the strangest thing, that she felt bad for him, felt sorry for him, felt protective of him like she was his big sister. WTF. She felt the need to help him get over her. She even set him up on a date with a friend, which she sabotaged by being a jerk to the girl. I asked her if she was stupid. If she was telling the truth, she did nothing but keep his hope and crush for her alive by giving him all her time. She started crying and doubled down on having a sister-brother relationship with him, wanting to fix everything, saying he was just having a hard time and she wanted to help him get on his feet again. But he kept getting more persistent and started talking badly about me, saying I didn't deserve her. She said she regretted everything, admitting she was stupid and had ruined everything, dealing with everything in the worst way possible. But she did it in good faith, not realizing she was just making things worse. Then I asked her if she had any contact with him since that night, and she took an awkward pause before bursting into tears and saying yes. That just destroyed me completely. This man had been trying to get with her for over a year, tried to kill me, and I waited 5 days for her to answer me, only for her mother to call me on her behalf. Meanwhile, she had been texting with him. I felt like hurting her emotionally, not physically, so I decided to get up and go. She pleaded with me, offering to show me the texts, saying she just checked if he was okay and then told him it was over and to stop contacting her. But for me, she made her choice. I was in the worst pain of my life these last 5 days because of them, and she still chose to continue talking to him while I was on my own. I walked out with her following me and pleading. Her mom and dad got out of the car and asked if everything was all right, and I just lost it. I yelled that their daughter had ruined my life, how she could choose the man who tried to stomp on my face over me. I was so angry I couldn't even drive, so I just started walking away. I don't know how long I was walking, but my ex-father-in-law drove up next to me and told me to get in, which I did, expecting him to yell at me or tell me off, but bless his heart, he just drove me home. We didn't talk all the way, but when he stopped outside my place, he put his hand on my shoulder. I couldn't even look him in the face after what I said to them. Lily did text me a screenshot of their texts, which seemed to prove what she said, that she only checked if he was okay and then told him she couldn't keep him in her life and that she would never forgive him for attacking me. She also sent more screenshots of their previous chats, where she told him to stop trying to kiss her, that it wasn't mutual, that she loved me, and so on. She added that she understood if I couldn't forgive her, and that if I ever found it in my heart to do so, she would try to make it right. But I don't think I can ever forgive her. Maybe I can, but I don't think I can ever be with her again, ever trust her, knowing she spent a year trying to fix a man who was trying to ruin our lives and relationship, and was still talking to him after what happened. I just can't see it happening. So I didn't answer her. I just can't process any of this.